Okay, so I've returned to give you another lesson. I've just very bravely attempted to have a bath and get a bit cleaner than I was because I was starting to smell, and I'm pretty sure even a zombie would have been able to smell me coming. But the next thing, one of the most important things next to survival that you can know is who you can trust in an outbreak situation. Now, there are a lot of different groups of people. Now, when I say that, a lot of people will think goth, emo, all this sort of crap. Yeah, some of them will be better at an outbreak than others would. So, it's something that you really need to bear in mind. But the groups I'm talking about are soldiers and all that sort of stuff, scientists. So, when you're figuring out whether you can trust them, there's a few things you need to remember and a few things you need to consider. Now, a lot of the calls and judgments you're going to make is your own jurisdiction. It is something that you have to decide straight off the top of your head. Can I trust him? Can I not? There won't be a maybe I can, maybe I can't. You can either trust him or you can't. And if you can't trust him, then do not let him out of your sight if you're going to take him with you. Now, the things you need to bear in mind are, if it's a scientist, or if it's anyone for that matter, do they work for Umbrella? Now, Umbrella scientists are usually the freaky nut jobs that start the outbreaks in the first place. No two ways about it. Hello, William Birkin. You know, you need to be very, very careful of them. Now, usually their wives, husbands, people associated with them also go crazy. That's not a good sign. So you generally tend to have to run away from them. But if they work for Umbrella, there is a chance that they're going to know a lot of the passwords and have access to a lot of the keys that's going to get you further. So taking them with you but not giving them a weapon would be a very wise idea, because that way you're covered should you need a password to get into an elevator or whatever. So second, this is more with regards to soldiers and mercenaries. Again, do they work for Umbrella or do they work for any companies that are very questionable? If they won't answer, then that's usually a sign of not good. So you need to be very careful with that. Now, 80% of the time, the higher ups in a unit, the colonels, the captains, all that sort of stuff, they are going to be the people that stab you in the back. There's been a great deal of events and circumstances and all this sort of stuff that it has been the higher ups, and you know, people have died because they trusted that guy or girl. Now, the best thing you can do is just base your jurisdiction. You know, talk to them a little bit, find out what's going on. Chances are, if they're a soldier, they're going to run off anyway, because they're going to have their own thing that needs doing. Now, if they do, that's fine. Don't bother trying to stop them. They've got a job to do in there. If they're going to run off and try and do it, not much you can do. If they want to go with you, don't let them get behind you. Always keep them in front just to be safe. Only let people you really know get your back, or people that you know they've proven you can trust. So, next point. Does the guy have blonde hair and wear sunglasses? In fact, no, that's stupid. Is the guy's name Albert Wesker? Because if it is, you don't want to be there, you want to be over there. Run away. Albert Wesker is the biggest traitor in history, I reckon. You do not want to even think about considering to trust him, because he will not hesitate to just shoot you in the face. Or, as he does with most people, kick them around a bit first. So, Wesker is a big no-no on trust. You can easily tell who he is because he has blonde hair and he's always wearing sunglasses. That is Albert Wesker, and that's the guy you run away from. Don't try and shoot him because it'll piss him off. Just run. Seriously. You don't bother wasting your bullets on him. Not worth the effort. Next. Okay. I guess the next factor you need to consider is don't just jump in and trust someone because they've got a gun or because they've got a key to get you further. That is not a reason to trust someone. It's a reason to cooperate and it's a reason to work together. However, it is not a reason to trust that guy implicitly. if a guy walks up to you and has a shotgun and says, you know, trust me, I'm going to go save your life, and he gets eaten, you're in trouble, because that's going to mean that you're going to get into a big hole, and that guy's going to get back up and he's going to try and eat you. And there's not even a guarantee that you'll get the shotgun back, so, you know, don't bother. But I can't think of many points. Trust is something that is really dependent on your judgment. You have to make the decision on whether you do or do not trust someone. Now, all you can do is judge their character. You know, you can usually tell if someone's lying because they get fidgety, they blush, you know, all the usual signs. Paying attention to them may not be one of the wiser ideas though, because if you're so busy paying attention to that, you might miss something really important, which means you can trust them. So, but just think before you act. It's the biggest thing you can do. And don't trust Albert Wesker or Umbrella. Those are the two things you never trust, because Albert Wesker is, well, Albert Wesker. I don't need to say any more than that. If you don't know who Albert Wesker is, you need to go to some archive and find Albert Wesker and understand what's going on, because he's not a very nice piece of work. Now, Umbrella, you don't trust because they usually cause all these problems. So don't trust them. But I'm now gonna see if I can find something safe to eat and then move on. So I will leave you with that. But with trust, remember, it's all your jurisdiction, it's all your judgment. It's down to you to decide. Make sure you make the right choice and don't put other people's lives in danger.